Somebody call a doctor because bad medicine is back. That's the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. Guys, tonight we are taking a look at Fubar, and we're checking out episode 5. This one is called Here Today, Gone Tomorrow. Been a lot of fun. I'm just excited to get into this one. We're in really the meat of the story. I think it's going to be great.
I feel like I've said this before, but our last episode left a few of our favorite characters in some very interesting predicaments. But it's interesting to see how they make their way out of that. So far, we're batting 100%, but we're getting into the thick of it with the story of chasing Boro. A lot on the line with this mini reactor. So excited to see what happens. Only one way to find out.
That's right. And with that being said, let's go.
Henry Cavill, Tyler Hoechlin.
All the guys who played the Superman. Those are all the guys who played Superman.
Nicolas Cage?
Why are you so determined on distracting me?
There's a small issue.
You find the Dane, fly back to prison, and swap him out for Perry.
Only 45 minutes to head count. We got to steal a car and hit it.
I love how they're prepared.
Yes.
Here's the surgeon parameter.
Just call in the NIS already.
You really want to flag the Greek government?
You're just scared of your egg.
She banged me the entire Mamma Mia soundtrack.
Could call in the seaport, I get motion sickness. Whoa!
I knew I was going back to prison again, so I ran. Then it hit me. What kind of life is that for my family? I could get anything I want in prison. The only thing I can't get is a teddy bear that doesn't have a glory hole cut out.
Oh, they didn't. The guy just wanted a teddy bear.
Yep.
I read this thing about a doctor that regrew a guy's penis on arm, so maybe you could grow your...
I'm gonna kill him.
She is so much fun in this.
You better hurry, because inspection just started.
Omaha Brielle.
Address has SARs and everything. Be careful.
You gotta go in there now.
Emma, be safe.
I'm good. Remember that time we sang Teddy Bear Picnic at the father-daughter talent show?
Yeah.
That was harder than this will be.
Memories.
Fuck 'em up, Dad.
Yeah.
Isso si na spoločnic.
Meron se nos pira, vukati tetio.
They just came in firing. They didn't even like
Zero
came in hot. Oh, next shot. Look at
She's all impressed. Look what she's doing.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know if that IKEA table's going to help you much.
Yeah, don't get in the crossfire.
I like how the song's about teddy bears.
Oh, I thought she was going to throw it, but that was smart.
That was smart. Stick it right next to him in the crate.
Alden, we got the package.
I don't think the idea is gonna fly. I mean, I know Boro well enough that if he doesn't see a dude showing up that looks like Zach Kalivanaka, prove to him that the Great Dane is there.
Hey.
Oh, there's your guy.
Hurry up. I will get you transferred to an even worse Turkish prison. The one with no windows that only gets showtime.
Only gets showtime.
Goes on your piggies and strengthens the toes you have left.
Wow, I don't even know what to say. Are you shitting me? Get in the vent.
If he knows what he looks like, then isn't he going to want to talk to him? I'm getting nervous.
The hell are you?
Emissary of our friend the Dane. He's keeping his distance for your safety and his.
Door, danska. Ska vi söka fäste eget?
Policy America, Dactylica Opla. After
That's my Dane.
Can't believe that worked. I like those old square Mercedes like that. I'm a fan of those.
Wrong with him?
Those are pretty cool.
Stupid crack wax isn't holding his wound shut. It's bleeding. Don't open the butt.
Oh. Look at that guy. He's stumbling all over.
Oh, then we're on our
I mean,
way.
this is their best chance to get Boro
got
right
it
now.
handled.
I mean, run him down in the van. There's no way he gets away, right? Oh, come on.
You got
He's
big.
pulling an old Wolverine. They got him all ripped. I mean, he's always in good shape, but they got him really ripped up for this.
Yeah.
You're not the Great Dane.
I know, right?
Oh, last second save. Oh, it's Diana. Of course she's in a Ferrari. Mamma mia.
Mom, she drives a Ferrari out.
A real inconspicuous car. Called it, he says.
We got to find out who his files are.
Oh, he's going to be faking.
No, because he got the dart, remember?
Just like the girl from the prom.
Jenny Pepperman drank 2 Michelob Lights and rode her bike into Willow Pond.
Oh!
Oh, that's not good.
God, now what do you do?
Don't molest the dead. Not like anyone's gonna miss whole cavity search Constantine.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering.
Cavity.
But we are gonna have to fit that large man through this small hole.
I haven't been completely honest with you.
He's practiced. Oh, he's not practicing.
I was wondering, you want to go on a date with me?
Thought you'd never ask.
Dating coworkers, bad idea.
Yeah, but they're both like desk people, right? It'll work. It's fine.
You know who's braver? The guy that does something that he's not scared of, or the guy that is scared of something and does it anyway? I'm proud of you.
Thanks, Luke.
How's a prisoner?
Rue just showed him her toe.
That ape banged you up pretty good.
No. Just got to tough it out.
You should put some ice on it now.
He says a little Mr. Freeze there.
A little bit.
We should have won that talent contest. Rachel Dunlop with a stupid magician. I should have taken a desk job. I should have scrubbed toilets. I should have dug ditches to hold on to your mother. Would you do the same for Carter?
I won't have to.
Pain is part of love, and let the marriage go for her. It's just my opinion. It is your decision.
Boy, talk about making some progress with father and daughter here.
Yeah, definitely. You know, maybe the Muppets helped.
Yeah. Oh boy! Now remember, she was calling all those places. Clients.
Tally's been poking around Mary Fitness paperwork.
And I'm trying to win her back.
Uh-oh. That face says a lot.
We have to talk.
Oh, here we go.
No guy wants to hear that. The old "we have to talk."
Let me explain to you.
Oh boy, what do they mean sick?
Adverse reaction to the chemo. She's gonna need bone marrow. How's your donor drive idea?
I am doing the best I can.
Just get it done.
Just get it
Jeez,
done.
Just get it done.
She,
Wow.
she was in her CIA mode there.
Yeah.
Hi, Kyle. You hear about Sandy Hume?
The woman you knocked up and ghosted.
She's my daughter-in-law, the mother of my grandchild.
She needs bone marrow. You might be a match.
You're gonna help my granddaughter.
And my niece.
Thanks, Kyle.
We're gonna let you know if you're a match.
The CIA coming at you.
No one in this regional branch is a match for Romy.
I appreciate your support. Let's focus on Barbaro.
Boo! He's sitting on a trove of intel. I've submitted a request to the DOJ to employ enhanced interrogation techniques. We're awaiting a PDD. You know what PDD?
Yeah, you know me.
You know, PDD.
That's a line that government should never cross.
Is that why you're against it, or is it because it would be used against Boro?
Now, what does that mean?
You have a soft spot.
It was a kid that needed help. That's it and that's all.
That's it and that's all.
I say we turn the screws on.
In the canon of most superheroes, they only torture as a last resort.
Ixnay on the nerd, itchy.
Itch.
I think there are better ways to get info out of someone.
You gonna honeypot Boro?
Princess Emma's right. How are CoverGirl and I the only one with balls in here?
Cover girl.
I'm putting Carlson on standby.
Carlson, that gotta be creepy.
Excuse me, you didn't crawl your cart?
Tom
Arnold, yes!
Your cart rolled off and it dinged my PT Cruiser.
PT Cruiser.
Boy, that just creams my core.
Oh! It's got a GNC bags in there. Yes.
They got Tom Arnold back. I had heard they got Tom back, but he wasn't in a lot of the press stuff that I had
No,
seen.
he wasn't in anything.
A reunion. You, Finn, I looked up to you, and you killed my only living parent. Who's the bad guy?
The one selling nukes to terrorists?
Did you ever care for me at all?
I cared for you then, and I care for you now. There's a man coming to inflict tremendous pain on you. I'm fighting to stop that.
I don't care if a Ginsu knife salesman shoves his entire sample case up your ass.
Oh.
I am a shark. I can catch you many blue whales who all want to get their fins.
Oh, I suppose he's got intel on.
Lead them all right to you.
He's got a
Kind of
point.
got a point there.
House arrest in Bora Bora. Assets remain untouched, surrounded by white sand instead of ice.
Sounds a lot like Pablo Escobar's old deal.
Yeah.
Buyers are off in the wind. Get their nukes elsewhere. You have countless deaths on your hands.
He's got a point.
He's got a very strong point. This is a curve I did not expect.
Oh, the violin string. He saw it.
Maybe we could see it.
He's going to say her name, I bet, to get her to turn around. Watch. Nope. Thought he was trying for that.
We're not making a deal with him.
Kylie's a match.
Okay, got some good news.
Well, what if he says no?
He's gonna say yes.
What if he wants custody?
Calm down. Oh,
Emma, Barry, Luke.
it's very kind of you to drop this off.
But no.
Drop this off.
Because this is family only.
Barry's here.
Well, Barry's family.
Damn straight.
I don't want Kyle to feel like he's walking the bus stop with all the people around here.
I'll be the bigger man and go. Hi. Do the right thing.
I'll do it. My buddy's a doctor, and he told me there's risks, so I think it's only fair that we discuss my cost.
How much?
$150,000.
We can't afford that.
Pretty nice house.
What an asshole.
He's doing this for a payday.
You hit him, he walks out that door, and Romy doesn't get what she needs.
Think it over. You have my number.
Gosh, this is almost like a CIA job.
Oh, I have a strong suspicion that this isn't going to fly with old Luke.
You just stand there and say nothing. Emma, that's not helpful.
Shut up, Emma.
Don't talk to your sister like that.
Oh, of course you stick up for her.
Oh.
You're gonna have to say your shit.
I'm not gonna fetch the kind of money he wants. I'm not gonna let it easy.
Should have kept some of those diamonds. He's got Romy's diamond that he gave her, remember?
Oh, yeah. He's got that diamond he gave
That's
her.
got to be easily 150. Yes.
I feel bad that I missed her recital.
All the mistakes you made with Oscar and me, you're making the same ones with Romy, and you don't even realize it.
Found a tag sale. I was just kind of looking for something to cheer Romy up.
The kid can barely lift her head off her pillow.
For when she's better.
Yeah.
You said you'd do a donor drive, not do arts and crafts.
Oh, easy on the guy. Whoa.
You are somebody who likes to control everything. And I think you're having a hard time with the fact that you can't control Romy's illness. Just take 5 minutes to think about something else.
That's solid advice.
Right, because the one thing every sick child wants is a toy from the Renaissance.
Oh.
Looking for someone who could lighten my load a little bit.
He's trying to take your mind off it a little bit. Oh, that's the stuff she got from Russia.
He's going to go look for more, and they're going to tell him.
You can only get it in Russia or something.
Name's
Here's our guy.
I had a dickens of a time finding the right glitter glue. Someone should make an app for that.
That's the My Aisle thing.
An app for that.
I love the tie-ins with everything in this show.
This is worth $300,000.
You got a deal.
If she doesn't get the information within the next 24 hours, she will die. So will you.
I know.
I know we could trust you.
Still giving him the eye.
They're gonna feel like a line of fire ants marching right after J-Dog.
Let's cut a deal.
Oh, they're going to go for it.
What the hell? An extradition order came down from OFAC.
Tell OFAC to fuck themselves.
You can't. It is not your place to tell me what I can and cannot do, Officer Brunner.
Well, that's true.
To me, in my building, you'll have a choice between tech support and unemployment.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to respect your superior officer.
Wow. That went sideways real quick.
You okay?
She's
starting to come apart, man. It's just too much.
Sending a South American terrorist that was arrested by Americans in Greece to Zimbabwe of all places.
The U.S. wants to play nice with the Zimbabwe government.
Ah.
He will cooperate if we agree never to prosecute him for crimes known and unknown. I'm trying to turn chicken shit into chicken salad here. You can explain that to your daughter.
Emma's having a real tough day.
Keep her in line.
She's invaluable to the team. She has guts. She has great instincts. And I'm saying that as a senior officer and as her father.
Frankly, I'm the only one in this building who's earned the right to have an opinion.
Oh, I was wondering if they're going to tie in that scar she's got.
Whatever happened to you is your business. This conversation never took place.
I'll owe you one.
The buyers and I communicate via an encrypted dark web message board. Interested buyers will confirm with ice cube emojis.
I'm sorry it turned out this way.
Quality time with you would have made me a different man.
Quality time is a lie peddled by busy parents to alleviate guilt. It's quantity time that counts.
Do you regret killing my father?
No, but I regret what it did to you. I want you to sit this one out. Go to the hospital and support the family. It's too late for me, but not for you. Take Alden with you to the hospital. Get your shoulder checked. Rue and I, we're gonna take Barbaro upstate.
Tag team back again.
All right, here we go.
As soon as this video is posted, our source will confirm that this device contains legitimate nuclear material. You know the drill. Bon chance.
Do you think there's any chance that he's got a secret
In the
like
CIA.
code word? No, like a code word for his buyers. Like if I say this or
this.
this, that means something's wrong.
That could be.
Kyle flaked. No one can find him.
Get in touch with ops and know where he is.
Yeah, Barry put the tracker on his car.
Just keep you cool. We still need his help.
Yeah.
Dude flaked with a $300,000 diamond.
Borrow's videos live to the underworld.
God, I just feel like he would have, it's like if you tap your shoulder
Or something,
or
yeah.
say a certain code word, it means that the video's fake,
Fake.
Car's parked at a bar in Chappaqua.
This little girl's dying. This guy's pounding brewskis.
Just drive faster.
Hey, sorry for pushing our second date.
First one only lasted 2 bites of pizza before we got the call about Romy.
But if I say our second date, it moves things forward.
Never you ready for date numero dos. Ice cube in Yemen.
Oh,
All right.
Popping off.
So
You're in the wrong place.
That kid is your responsibility.
I'm just a sperm donor. I'm under no legal obligation to follow through. My buddy did 2 years at Turo Law School.
2 years.
I'm planted here, okay? What are you gonna do about it?
Oh boy.
I'm gonna strike your Adam's apple, making it impossible for you to talk. In 30 seconds, you'll be in the trunk of our car. In 5, you'll be wishing you'd come voluntarily.
I mean, business, huh, sweetheart?
Girlfriend dumped him tonight, huh? One too many.
she wasn't playing.
That's just like when Arnold did that in True Lies when he was sitting in the chair.
Hold until all units are in place.
Man, is this actually gonna work?
We picked up our friend. Just figured a workout might clear his mind.
Norm, that's your call. I trust your instinct. The favor you owe me, it's for Romy.
We never had this conversation.
All right.
Find those sales files that prove that they're liars.
Oh boy.
And I'm gonna take them to the Chamber of Commerce.
Take him to the Chamber of Commerce.
Are they in a Rivian there?
Is that a new Hummer? That's the new Hummer,
Yeah,
I think.
I wasn't sure if it was that or a Rivian. Yeah.
I think they're doing more than just fudging sales.
Be ready on my signal.
I'm sorry, what?
So good to feel needed.
Hey, Norm.
The procedure's easy enough, according to Wikipedia. My supplier, the Great Dane, is completely off the grid, so we're gonna have to do this the old-timey way.
You should have just gone to the hospital.
I'm Norm. We're gonna be working together. A little bit of music. Now let's get those slacks off of you.
Go, go, go!
There's no one here.
It's all set up. Oh, they're right in his kneecap.
Oh, they're really going for the bone marrow. I didn't think he was going to do it. Oh, she doesn't care.
No.
I told you something was up.
Yep.
Oh, now she's getting a little queasy. He's loving it. I knew there was some sort of fail-safe.
Yeah, Boro was one step ahead.
Maverick is gonna be here within minutes.
Great.
Definitely gonna be enough time for me to see Romy. My family needs me now.
Damn, they really went through with that bone marrow.
Yeah.
I heard the procedure went well.
Yeah, it's a Hummer. Yeah, I thought that was a Hummer with the front
grill.
light grill.
Barry loved wearing an EMT uniform and driving the ambulance motor pool gave him.
Oh, are you sense something going on here?
Boro got captured on purpose to steal the nuke back, and appears all the IP addresses were spoofed by Kane.
Oh, they knew all along.
Yep.
We had to go the brutal route.
For all that you did, thank you.
I figured you could use someone to lighten your load a bit.
So he was the guy who came in and got shit done while the fiance was painting rocking horses.
Yep. Oh! Oh!
Oh, he saw it. He saw her go in for it, though.
It
He
wasn't
saw-
Alden. Yeah.
You came over together?
Ran into each other in the parking lot.
I'm gonna grab a coffee. Nice horse.
Yeah, thanks.
He brought the big fluffy unicorn.
I'm really sorry about how I acted yesterday. The horse really does look great.
Oh.
I spilt a bottle of stain, and then I called the store you said you got it from, and they said they don't carry it, and that it's only available in Central Asia.
Ooh.
I don't know. I asked the clerk to grab the best stuff. She pulled it out of the bag for me.
Okay.
That's a hell of a cover.
Yeah, Jay's not buying it, though. Or Carter.
If you're going to be weird about it,
Oh, she's flipping it
Yep,
at
she's
him.
flipping
It's
it.
the old
Yep.
flip.
The old flip. I'm the victim. I'm a simple
trying to do
victim
something
here.
nice.
What's up with the pony?
Something I was fixing up for Romy. I think Emma was being unfaithful. Just kind of distant, and she was making excuses for running off. Do you think that could be someone else?
Oh, and he just saw it, too.
I know what it's like to lose a woman that you love. Fight for her.
I'm not defending her kissing the other guy, but when she needed somebody to do action, he came up with like the nice guy stuff. I mean, sometimes you need somebody who's going to get shit done, right? Like, and that's not his personality, and she knows that that's not who she's with. But at the same time, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
But in his mind, I think he was doing the right thing.
I'll stay here till she wakes up.
I want Biba to be the first face she sees.
Is she okay?
Maybe you close your eyes a little bit.
Oh, that's from the other fitness guys.
Oh, shit's coming unraveled.
How did you manage to pay off Kyle?
I didn't. I changed his mind.
Oh boy, it's getting thick.
Oh, with a corkscrew and a giant needle.
Oh man, this is the best episode I think yet. I really think so. Guys, that was episode 5. I think that was one of the best ones we've had of this series so far. So much is happening. Everything's getting complicated. You feel like the net around all the lies and stories that both Luke and Emma have to tell is just starting to close in. Emma's in a tough spot because, let's be honest, her and Carter's personalities are so different. You wonder if long-term there's even any chance. Like when she maybe started out with them, maybe what he was something part of her wanted that more of a simpler type life. But the reality is she's a CIA operative in incredible high-stress situations. She's got to be super alpha and on her game. And I just don't know if that's conducive to what maybe her mind wants, but, their heart isn't going to go for it sort of thing. But so I found that really interesting. To kind of back up a little bit, I think, and you guys let me know in the comments, but I think this might be some of Arnold's best work in terms of acting because, I know I'm watching the character of Luke, but this seems like because of the format, because it's a series show, that I almost feel like part of this is what Arnold's really like, and you would obviously know better than I, but it seems like this is some of his best acting. As funny as that sounds, Arnold, not necessarily a guy known for his acting, more for his presence, but either way, I'm really enjoying it that way. And, I like how they tied in a lot of the realism with Barbaro, where it's like, okay, we got this guy here and he's a big fish, but there's whales over here that we could get. And if we can pull that off, then we can stop a whole lot of bad stuff from going down. And it didn't work out the way we planned. Barbaro was one step ahead, which we kind of had a feeling about that maybe. So, man, it's just now Tally's finding out about, she's got her suspicions. We got the fitness guys taking videos and man, everything is closing in. We've only got 2 episodes left. I cannot wait to see where this goes. Oh, 3.
6, 7,
3.
and 8.
Sorry. Yeah. 3.
This had a lot different feel from the previous ones. I mean, it was the first one so far that really kind of pulled back from the heavy comedy. I mean, we still had some of that, but threw some emotional stuff at us. And I mean, when you're talking emotional stuff, it doesn't get much heavier than a sick child. In fact, I don't think it gets heavier at all than a sick child, and especially a child that is reliant upon somebody else's generosity. Now, I'm just going to throw this out there for bone marrow donation. I forget the website, but if you Google it, there is a registry where you can sign up. They actually send you a swab. You do a DNA test, and you can find out whether there is somebody that can be a bone marrow match. So it's something that's good for people to know. But, they relied on the generosity of another human being who turned out to be a pretty shitty human being just all the way around. Like, we don't need to get into family dynamics of, a parent not being there and, some of the circumstances under, people hook up and, a child is born and a parent isn't there. But I think just generally in the interest of being a decent human being and donating bone marrow, from what I understand, is difficult on the donor. But when you consider what the person who needs it is facing, those scales aren't weighed very evenly at all. So a very heavy, subject matter that we had thrown at us. I agree with Mason Quinn. This is a completely different side that we've seen from Arnold. He's trying to give advice to family members. Put in a very unique situation, giving advice as a parent to your child's significant other, who you don't really even like that much. And I mean, I think any of us who have dated people long term, understand that situation where, you have there's always a relationship between, the significant other of the parents' children, but that relationship that you have with the parents. Like, I go back and think of like relationships that I've had in the past. Like, I have a relationship right now with my fiance's father where if something was wrong with us, I legitimately think I could go to him and be like, hey, what do you think? And I would probably be able to have a meaningful conversation with him. But I have dated people in the past where it's like, I'm not going to the dad and asking for relationship advice with the daughter. So it showed a different side because, Luke and I guess it was Connor is his name.
Carter, yeah.
Carter, Luke and Carter, not the best relationship up to this point.
Well, and I don't know if it's because Luke, I don't think it's that he doesn't like Carter. He just knows that he's not the fit for his daughter because of her life.
Generally Luke also being, a CIA operative, also kind of an alpha male, which is not an unfamiliar role for Arnold.
Imagine that.
It seems like he's a little judgmental of Carter just as a person. And you brought up a very interesting point, like a relationship between anybody, male or female. If you are like super, super alpha, very type A, very, goal and results driven type person, it can be difficult to, to make things work with somebody who's the complete opposite, and, I have an interesting, I grew up, my parents divorced when I was young and I had a stepfather and a father and they were like polar opposites. Like my dad was like, the sports fan, chill, like great life advice, just the greatest person. And my stepdad was like, do shit, do it right, get the job done, work hard, and I mean, they're both great men in my life, but both polar opposites. And it's like when you have people, personality types that are that strong in one way or the other, that can be hard to make a relationship work. So it's just like, and it's not just the personality types. Look, we have to be, recognize the uniqueness of these types of jobs that they have. Right. Like there's a difference between I am a, let's just say regular business person who's very, very results driven and is work and is very decisive about the things they want in their life. That doesn't mean they have to lie and be gone all the time and cover for themselves. So the CIA operative thing is unique. But in any regard, all of this creates for a very unique story, which we're seeing play out here. I didn't expect them to do actual bone marrow withdrawals from somebody without any anesthetic. That was pretty intense.
How great was it to see Tom Arnold again?
Oh, it's just a classic Tom Arnold. Like, hey, you know what? The character that you played for True Lies,
just do that again.
Just do him again. Such an awesome fit for Tom Arnold. But I liked that. I liked they got done what they needed to get done for the bone marrow. I'm sure the other guy is going to be okay. I just had that vibe when Barbaro was making that video. I didn't think about the implant tracker, and I honestly didn't catch anything wrong with anything with the Great Dane. But with, you know, the Great Dane waving and the finger guns, that was a little suspicious, but whatever. Let's just go along with that. I thought there was going to be something in the video, like a code word
like
that
wipe your
or
nose or
yes,
whatever.
a signal. Hey, look, if I use the word, A-OK, things are not A-OK. This is a fail-safe. And you got to imagine in a society where it's a bunch of criminals all working with each other, they would have something like that. So very interesting. This was the first episode where there was a big cliffhanger, but it wasn't like an imminent, like somebody's in some deep shit cliffhanger. Yeah, I don't know if I should say that. Luke might be in some deep shit because Tally
got some info.
Just found out that something is definitely going on at Mary Fitness. But again, we had talked before in the big picture of things. I don't know if this is going to, how that'll play out for him. If she's going to be like, okay, now I understand what you did, or if she's going to be more mad. Does she have more right to be upset that he lied for all those years? Yeah. Or, is she going to be understanding that it's his job? Yeah. It's going to be interesting, but another really solid episode that, as Mason Quid said, showed a little bit of range of the type of acting that Arnold is capable of that we haven't really previously seen, or at least not for a minute. So definitely a fun episode. Can't wait for episode 6.
All right, guys. So we will be taking a look at episode 6 here shortly. But until then, that's the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. This has been Bad Medicine. That was Fubar. We will see you on the next one.
Oh, look at him.
Go all out now, okay? As hard as you can.
You're the one who said I had to fight for her.
I was speaking figuratively. Alton will kick your ass.
Oh, he told him.
Everything points to him.
Oh, okay, so he put it
running
together.
Off at the last minute.
Wasn't Luke.
How many times in a month does someone need to get their car washed? Speaking Swahili.
She what?
Romantically? She's gotten quite adventurous as of late.
I don't need to hear that.
I don't need to hear that.
My gut tells me I gotta confront that guy, even if I have to fight him. Emma is worth fighting for.
Yeah, but you got to make sure she wants you too.
And
you had the same look on your face when I told you that I was on my high school cheer. What aren't you telling me?
Oh, he can't blow the cover.
I saw Emma and Alton kissing.
Oh, what?
Talk to Emma. Maybe you can work things out.
Oh, I can't believe he told him. What? Oh.
Hey, it's the fiance.
Oh, what a gut punch.
What's up with him?
He wants to get into wedding shape. So how's Romy?
Better every minute.
Right.
My app is going to be launching at Ralph's.
Ralph's is one of the biggest chains on the West Coast. How did you land that?
Not that Ralph's. Ralph Moskowitz's bodega. I'll download it for you.
No,
I got it.
Uh-oh, I see his phone.
And let me add new features like a barcode reader.
Check it out. It works. It says the app is a bad idea.
Fubar! Oh, I like how they did it with that one. God, how did they do it in the last one? I don't remember. Do we get it in 5?
Yeah, we did.
Awkward.
Them office romances are no good.
It was a mistake.
Oh, man, I'm so glad that you said that first.
Okay, so friends then.
Absolutely.
Oh, they're going to get it on right there in the office.
That's a bad idea.
Whoa, that's scary.
Somebody's going
Let's go to a motel? We go to a hotel, we have sex. Okay, I know.
What's your groin saying? Because mine's saying we should definitely.
At least he didn't get caught this time.
Yeah.
I've been a lot of things in my life, and an intentional homewrecker has never been one of them.
Well, maybe that's for the best.
Wait until she finds out that he told.
Yeah, especially after he said it was her decision.
I think Emma needs a break. Mr. Gymnastics Championships. To make up for it, we did Family Day in the stadium. She even got an autographed baseball from Cheetah.
I remember Family Day. Buzzy the Strangler gave me a tissue. It had his mucus on it. Thought it was mucus.
All right. Okay.
Bronx Bomber Family Day.
I need to spend the weekend with Carter. I've been away a lot, and I think it's getting to him.
Yeah.
As long as we get some time to talk a little bit, okay?
Sure.
Oh, God, this is so awkward.
Greetings, Chief.
I was going to say, that was a little un-office-like.
Langley thinks they know why Boro took such risks to get his weapon back.
Remind me again why we didn't just torture him instead of giving him exactly what he wanted?
Ooh, calling out the director.
My pals at NSA have picked up chatter that Boro could have his weapons ready for sale in 10 days or less. NSA also intercepted conversations about a high-stakes card game taking place 2 days from now. Boro's right-hand man, Kane, will be there.
We get operatives into the game with data rippers disguised as cell phones.
Kane already knows all of our very attractive faces.
Not all of them.
Tina and Barry.
Barry and Tina will get their cover IDs. CIA will bankroll the $5 million buy-in.
It's like Casino Royale.
I don't know how to play cards.
You'll cheat.
Cheaters never prosper.
Oh!
How do we get these two into an exclusive oligarch card game?
Figure it out.
Alton, you're senior. Emma, with the most Boro experience, work together. The two of you should be good at that.
Oh, super awkward.
Those weird brothers sent it to me. I just want the truth, Luke.
Oh, boy, here we go.
That's how we convinced him. But it was for a good cause. You deserve to know the truth.
Is he going to tell her everything?
No.
Barry has a gambling problem. We're using the marketing money to pay off the gambling debt.
And the awards get your name out there for free.
Yes.
This is so bad.
I swung by Barry's the other day, and I could see through the window that all his toys were gone.
Oh, because for Tina.
What made you finally decide to come on board?
I didn't know what you did, but I knew you did something for Romy. I wanted to do something for you, too.
Are they going to kiss?
But I'm always trying to do the right thing for our family.
Family.
This is an automatic shuffler.
God, when was the last time I've seen Arnold kiss on screen? Kindergarten. God.
Maybe Total Recall?
Wow, yeah.
We'll read the deal and feed you the data with these.
Some Google glasses?
Barry, you're Nigerian. Tina, your grandmother was French. Can you handle the accent?
Je parle pas russe.
Not an issue. All the players have to speak English. 1 to 10, where's your freak out meter?
8, but it was 34 in prison.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
It's just like Twins. Remember in Twins?
Bluffing, fantastic.
The good times.
He's so jacked for his age.
Don has been talking about marriage.
You really suck at pillow talk.
These feelings, I want to make sure they're real.
Yeah, what's real?
Let's spend more time together.
Pinky promise?
I think we can do better than a pinky promise.
Oh, ignore.
5-player game. We take out 2 of the players. They have to replace them with 2 of our guys.
Very cops. 5 guards. 2 out back, 2 at the gate, 1 inside.
We have to assume the house guard has access to a monitor
I like the way they're shooting this with the explanation. Show it happening.
Yeah.
and 30 balloons.
It's almost a little bit of Guy Ritchie style.
Yeah.
One of the poker buddies sent good luck balloons.
And a big box.
Check it out.
Good night, maid.
How do you take out the guard in the house?
Joy buzzer.
Home Alone action here.
Joy buzzer.
Seem to be shocked to see me.
Shocked to see me.
It's just a sedative.
It could kill us.
You can't shoot them. Alden and I will sweep the house. You keep watch.
That was an interesting shot that they showed the
balloons
going up.
chandelier.
Wonder if that's going to have any significance. Oh, they braided his hair.
Barry all done up.
Deposit all funds.
My pleasure.
Follow me.
What the heck was that accent?
Wakanda.
Wakanda.
Wakanda. Wakanda.
Who says no to baseball with Dad?
Oh.
I'm having some relationship issues that I need to tend to this weekend.
That's why he wanted to take you to a ball game and talk.
Really? That's why you wanted to go?
There's no need to fight.
Oh, man, I will dart you in your turkey neck.
These things are endangered.
Old fallout bunker. Weird.
Oh.
They're gonna get caught in there.
Balloons were your idea.
Oh, and they got away.
Oh, this is bad.
Oh, got him cornered.
Oh, that's a bit of a predicament.
Shorted out. Set to default. You're locked in.
Tsar Alexander sat here while Napoleon's army knocked at the gates. The game is 5-card draw, our traditional drink.
I thought it would be bigger.
I figured it would just be vodka.
I mean, I wonder if there's multiple people and multiple tables and multiple rooms, or...
Vodka and yak semen. Let's play some cards.
Controls are fried and the doors steel.
Can't get a signal in here.
Looks like my computer.
Oh, keyboard's Cyrillic, not a problem. Ventilation shut down too.
Oh boy.
We're all gonna asphyxiate long before we're found.
Data extraction at 5%. Barry's sitting pretty with 3 8s.
He's going all in?
I thought he was a card player.
Apparently a bad one.
New plan. We cheat.
Yeah, they gotta lose on purpose.
I read about this German guy that lived in this tiny house and he died on his own farts.
She's Ruth. Rue is short for Ruth.
Well, I thought it was a nickname because you drive a Subaru.
I drive a Subaru because I'm gay.
I need some sugar. I'm gonna crash.
Crash. Check the computer when it was fired up the last time.
October 8th, 1989.
The computer runs the entire bunker system, including the door, to the year 2000 and resets.
So I'll speed up the CPU so it'll cycle through the dates faster.
There you go.
Nothing for me, thanks.
I'll stand.
Show your cards.
I win again.
Very lucky today, Mr. Khan.
Ooh, normally he must be awful at this.
Your associate has arrived.
Boro.
Oh boy.
Son of a bitch.
Our target is right there with you.
And you are going to kill him.
Thought this would be a good spot to speak privately.
It would be my honor to deal you in with $500,000 house marker.
A man does not gamble and wish for good fortune.
Very good then.
I don't know what kind of processor this is, so I could melt the chip.
The barcode. Aska's app.
Ah, I knew that thing was gonna come in handy.
It's an Intel i386 knockoff. That'll do her.
Yeah, 386. I think I had a 386.
Hopefully this thing's calendar expires before we do. You know you can't make calls from in here, Einstein.
I'm checking that message from Carter.
You can talk to them in person.
You told Carter I kissed Alden?
You kissed the princess? Cannot
let him walk out alive.
What do you think?
What do they have on there to take him out with?
Yeah.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
You're a cheater.
In our history, there has been but one cheater, Rasputin.
Rasputin.
God, wasn't he in one of the other movies we watched?
Poisoned him and drowned him in Neva River. That is what happens to cheaters.
I think we could all use une petite pause. A proper drink. Let me make you a rum punché. One sip, and you think you died.
Smart kid.
Doing? Taking Boro out.
What, rum punch?
Give me a tumbler.
Gonna mix him up an Ajax drink.
I don't...
Did you find the liquor you were looking for?
Oh, I think we're...
Glycol mixed with the mugwort from the vermouth. Do you know what mugwort is?
Only from Harry Potter.
Boro will start to feel sick, and in 30 minutes, he'll be dead.
Okay, how do you give him just one drink?
We're at 78%.
And if Boro dies before we're out that door,
Well, now we did it.
they made us drink yak sperm when they were being friendly.
Spicy.
Welcome to my home, an area prepared for you and Mr. Bologna.
What the hell's going on?
Ooh, he's making a deal.
This is why you wanted to take me to the ball game, to ease your guilt.
The one that should feel guilty is you.
You are such a spoiled. You know what I hear from my old man? Every 5 years when he needs a letter for the parole board. Chasing her around like you chase her mother, you punk ass bitch. You knew I wouldn't want you to hook up with, and you did it anyway. Weak sauce, man.
Wait, why would...
Alden?
It was just a kiss in the heat of the moment.
Would you stop saying that because it meant something to me?
Oh, shit. All right. Well, at least good for him for standing up for his feelings. Well, a guy's always supposed to be the one who can just blow it off so easy, right?
Yep.
It is our understanding you are looking for a man named Finn Hoss. We are SVR. We also know what you had for lunch. We have had him all embedded in the CIA for some time now. Songbird. All of the weapons that you make are ours. We will, of course, pay fair market value and give you the man you're looking for.
He gets paid and gets Finn.
Yep.
Deliver them. No one else buys what I'm selling.
I wonder who the mole is.
Angle yourself so I can get a better look at who he's meeting with.
Allow me, madame.
Bullock.
Cards?
Two.
3 jacks.
500,000. I'm in.
Is he actually going to beat him?
Son of a bitch.
Yes!
Oh.
That's a problem. The shuffler just shorted out.
Oh.
We just need him in the game for another 25 minutes or so.
This is an issue.
Have to go old school.
I hope I am trusted enough to finish out the game dealing by hand.
Because my drink does not even have courtesy enough to get me a new one.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, he's going to get the poisoned one.
That's for our guest.
Well, see you later.
You're interesting, and I just like talking to you.
Smoke.
All right, everyone look for replacement wiring, anything that can conduct.
You sure sounded disappointed.
No one wants to have the kid involved with a $10,000 suit-wearing gigolo.
We were so poor growing up that I wore nothing but hand-me-downs. But when I got hired by the CIA, I bought expensive clothes, and yeah, I've slept with a lot of women. Never wanted to see them every day. But now that I do, when it's 8th grade all over again, screw both of you.
Alden.
Nope.
What do you got there, Rue?
It's a can of fruit cocktail.
Fix the damn fan.
Got your text?
Oh.
Let me get a good look at the players, and I'll be reading them like a copy of Psychology Today.
Oh, he's going to try to read him, see who's got a hand.
1 million. He's not bluffing. He's so excited he's got a good hand, he got messy.
Out.
Fold like laundry or you're out of cash.
I'm out.
Voici.
I call.
Not a good move, Kane.
Ooh, straight. Straight beats the Bear
of Queens.
Just like famous cocktail, cream rises to top with this white Russian. This guy's gonna drop dead in minutes.
Oh.
You know what they say about yak spin? You don't buy it, you rent it.
Jeez.
Oh, no.
Alden, I'm sorry. I was a jerk.
I'm sorry too, Alden. It's just when it is your own daughter, because
Dad,
it's...
stop. Take the rejection and move on, okay?
Is that so? I was not rejected.
What do you mean?
Uh-oh.
Why I didn't make the ops briefing?
Oh. Rue's all about it.
Mommy swapped the deck with me. And then she made me a second baby.
She swabbed the deck
After I
with
went out of my
me.
way to get Donnie to ask her out.
Oh, what? It was all her?
I told him what flowers she likes, what food she likes, movies she likes. Runway, straight to mom's heart.
And her nunu.
You double-crossed me. That's it, and that's all.
Will you quit saying that? The only mistake bigger than mom getting back together with you was marrying you in the first place.
Oh, whoa. That was harsh.
Oh, our team's falling apart here.
Yeah, this isn't good. She should stay with them.
Tied up.
You should apologize to father.
Oh, now you say something.
Till we speak again.
You don't think they would have heard?
I will call you, Carl.
We're done here.
We're at 98% downloaded.
You have embarrassed yourself and disrespected the game.
You're cheating all the time.
Oh, they're gonna throw him in the river.
Suffer the ultimate punishment for your indiscretion.
You have all of Kane's data on your phone.
All losses are hereby refunded.
Oh, I think Boro knows something's up.
Should we try to follow Boro?
Remember the last time you tried to follow Stan Lee?
We came for the data. We got the data.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's
Get out of here.
here. You know about the poison?
70s movies, remember? How'd you get the aces up your sleeve?
5 summers of magic came.
Okay. They made it. Oh, Barry and Tina in the field makes me nervous.
We'll have something on Bora's location soon. We gave 10% of the buy-in to the Buryakovs. Something about a missing pet lizard. Got a call from customs.
Set him up.
The owners of the company, Twitting Formula, were indicted for smuggling endangered wildlife.
Some intel from some sources. They passed it on.
Are you telling me everything?
Everything you want to know.
The Russians are making overtures to Boro. All I do is worry.
For sale night vision goggles.
Night vision. I didn't even catch that.
Oh, he's out of there.
Something I need to tell you.
That you're a nerd. You went to magic camp. Your accent was from a comic book. T-shirt of one of my favorite French-Canadian superheroes.
You don't matter.
Je sais.
But
I was going to show her the closet of all this stuff.
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go.
Is she going to be all about it?
He didn't get rid of it.
Well, she should know the real him. I mean, that's what this whole series has taught us. See? Being honest and truthful works out.
Just being yourself.
Imagine that.
Rue's trying to tell him he's got to be somebody else.
Dad, come in.
I wonder if he's going to give him some credit for his apps saving their life.
Yeah.
I brought you something. Check. Miles. I used it the other day. It was really helpful. So I want to invest in it.
Wow.
Emma is the daughter I always wanted. And you're the son I always hoped for. I'm proud of you. Just come and talk to me.
Hug it out. There you go.
Hey, old man. What do you say we catch a game?
Let's do it.
All right.
If you were my daughter, I would call you more than once every 5 years.
Sex out. Well, you're buying the beer.
Oh, when was the last time Arnold had to take a sack tag?
Tag down in a TV show or movie.
All right, guys, that was a lot of fun. That was episode 6 of Fubar, and things got pretty dicey there for a minute in the bunker. I thought our team was falling apart, but it seems like maybe they'll find their way back, and I'm sure they will for the big finale. I got a feeling everybody's going to work together. It was, again, this was some quality stuff from Arnold that we're not used to seeing. So it's a lot of fun seeing him in these roles where, a more fatherly side that he's taking. And then also, of course, we get the great action star that we all grew up with and have loved for so many years. But this one was a lot of fun. Again, we learned more about Alden, and, it seems like the overwhelming kind of theme of the series seems to be, don't judge people for who they are. You don't know where people have come from or what they've had to go through. And we've seen that with all of our characters. And I kind of called it when it happened, but what did Barry and Tina teach us, everyone? Say it with me. Be honest with people, and it usually works out. So that was a lot of fun to see. And, Boro, they got the information that they needed from the phones. So maybe they're one step closer to finally getting him. I can't wait to see how all this wraps up and see what kind of tie-ins we see from earlier in the episode. We saw that Luke used his son's app to get him out of some trouble with identifying it as a computer that I'm pretty sure I had not too many years ago. So
Still has.
Yeah, so things are working out. We got some complex stuff. We didn't get much with Luke and Tally in this episode beyond the big hookup. So it'll be interesting to see how they proceed going forward. We found out that Emma was the one that set up Donnie with her mom. So, man, a lot of secrets coming out, and all they do is hurt everyone.
Yeah, this was a really deep episode, and a lot more than we've seen previously. The first handful of episodes, we had the action, we had the comedy.
The playful
Last
violence.
Episode, we got hit a little bit heavier with Romy's need for a bone marrow transplant, and we saw some different emotions than we'd gotten in the first 4 episodes. But this episode 6 really dealt with family dynamics. It dealt a lot with not judging people based on stuff you don't know. It dealt with just being your true self. It was interesting. So those of you who have watched the channel for long enough know that I like pulling my lessons and stuff like that. But sometimes I like to be pretty transparent, and we feel like we've made I don't know, friends with the subscribers and the people on Patreon. And, you know, every once in a while we'll hit a movie that hits home hard. I know we watched Crazy Rich Asians, and there was some like super like parallels between me and an ex with the rich family and not being accepted. In this one, you know, Alden's situation hit really hard for me. And, you know, I grew up middle class. So I want to make it clear we were never poor. You know, we didn't have a lot of money for fancy things, but look, there was never, I got hand-me-downs because, you know, one of my brothers was 2 years older than me. And it was like, yeah, that's just what you do, you know? I mean, but it wasn't like clothes with holes. So it was nothing like that. But it was interesting when he talked about how he got his job for the CIA and got, you know, went to the salon and got nice clothes, like everything changed. It was weird. And it hit home for me when I've told this, I'll give you the quick version, but basically like grade school all the way up to like my sophomore year in high school, I was like, you know, Wrangler jeans, and I'm not going to say because my parents couldn't afford it, you know, but it was Wrangler jeans and whatever, like t-shirt, and I had kind of goofy hair. You know, my older brother got on me one summer, you know, somewhere between my sophomore and junior year, and he was like, you gotta do something, man. Like, you know, so I spent like $300 on clothes at the mall, got a high and tight haircut and some gel. I already had a pretty cool car, but mostly because my stepdad was kind of a gearhead and got me my old 79 Cutlass. But it was weird because I went from like, I had no luck with girls. I had very short-term relationships with a couple girls from my school, but like all in all, like I was not a ladies guy at all. And I got a few $100 in new clothes and a haircut. And I felt like I was the same me, but it was like you know, it was like, no, but it was like all of a sudden, like and not to be whatever, but it was like, you know, I had, you know, like a Rolodex, because every time I met a pretty girl, I'm going to get her number, you know, and I'm dating, you know, I basically had the Fox Valley, you know, school district cover, dating a girl from Northeast, West, Xavier, you know, Little Street, I mean, wherever, but you kind of like get almost resentful because you're like, nothing, I'm not a different person.
Same,
I'm not a different person. I've got a cooler haircut. Yeah, I'm dressing a little different, but who I am, what makes me, my personality, my humor, it was all the same, but all of a sudden, like, yay, girls and dates and stuff. And I can speak from experience that you become, there's a part of you that is still resentful to certain things. And like, God, I'm 43 now, and I'm still once in a while, you know, like you just have those feelings. So it was very interesting, and it was very relatable, his character. But I agree with Mason Quinn. This was a really good episode, like just about being honest and being your true self. And I think Rue has 100% the best interest in mind for Uncle Bernie, right?
I think for the whole team.
For the whole team. But she told him, oh, you can't do that around girls because they'll think you're nerds and this and that and that and this. And it reminded me a lot of the movie The 40-Year-Old Virgin, where his buddies are like, oh, you got to sell all this stuff, you know? And to change who you are to try to impress a girl. Look, it's one thing where I'm going to dress a little bit nicer. I'll maybe speak a little bit more, you know, polished and things like that. But to inherently change who you are as a person to try to impress somebody, it's never a good idea.
Because you got to keep that act up.
You got to keep that act up. And at the end of the day, do you want that person to like you for who you are, or just a different version of yourself? Because that's who, look, if you have to change who you are as a person to attract somebody, that person that's not even you anymore. You know, that's not even you. So you've sacrificed who you are as a person to get somebody to like you, but they don't like you. They like
your projection.
Your projection of who you think that they're going to like. And in this situation, we found out that she just liked him for who he was. So it didn't matter. So yeah, had she come over and, you know, had, you know, the toys and all that stuff, you know, and I can speak from the flip side, and a long story, I won't get into this one, but about me trying to advise younger people. There was a kid I used to work with at Best Buy who had his whole room decked out with like Lord of the Rings, and at the time, you know, couldn't get a girl. And I'm like, bro, you got to get rid of the Lord of the Rings stuff. Now, I did give him an alternative. I'm like, you can have like a Lord of the Rings thing, maybe some Gladiator stuff, some Braveheart, maybe just not
even out.
Maybe just not a map of Middle Earth over your headboard, buddy. You know, but in any regard, be who you are. You know, it showed a lot of really good family dynamics in this show. And a lot of times we don't like fully open up and say things to family members because sometimes those conversations can be difficult, right? But we saw what happens. Sometimes you just let it build up, and you let it build up, and you let it build up, and then when it comes out, it's just like a tidal wave,
powder keg,
you know. And sometimes it's for as difficult as it is with family. it's better to try to just have these open lines of communication, and to see Luke talk to his son at the end and tell him, like, this is about investment in you, and come talk to me.
That was a really good
Don't
scene.
just let it all, boil up and boil over. It's like, because those sort of things can be prevented. We saw the regret in Emma for saying what she said, and it's also kind of a call to action to think about how impactful the words that you have are on everybody else. Like, you can apologize, but words can't be taken back. Yep. They can never, what you say can never be taken back. And when you say something, like, the people you say it to, you're always going to wonder whether they really meant that or whether it was something said out of anger. And let's say it just was something said out of anger. Well, where did that concept, that idea even come from?
It was in there somewhere.
And I heard an analogy once. It says you can take a piece of paper and wrinkle it up and unwrinkle it, put it under a phone book, and do all sorts of stuff, but it's never going to be the same piece of paper. It's going to have wrinkles in it, whether it's flat or not. And it's kind of along the same lines as you can apologize, but you can never take back things you've said, especially when they're mean things. And I think kind of that's the lesson that came across for Emma's character. But so a lot deeper of an episode that I expected from this series altogether, and especially because the first 4 episodes was just action comedy, comedy, action comedy, and we saw troubles in the relationship between Luke and Emma, but it was still very superficial. So I didn't expect this particular show to dive as deep as they did into some of those the family dynamics, and just being who you are as a person, and and from a work standpoint, we saw what happens. Look, when people argue and they get in fights, things fall apart. But look how good the other two work together.
Tina and Barry just
Tina and
crushed
Barry.
it.
I said Bernie later, Uncle Bernie. Tina and Barry. They just crushed it, working together and being a cohesive unit. And so I think there's a lot to be said for that too. Like, when you have a goal that you're reaching for, if there's conflict, that can make it super difficult for that. So again, a really solid episode, a lot more depth than I thought we were going to get. I liked it, but I kind of want to get back to some of the
playful violence.
Playful violence. But I before we totally wrap it up, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the scene on the ship. I mean, that was when they panned over and his face was just like,
it was just like in Twins.
Oh man, but God, it was you just don't recall a lot of like romance scenes.
Arnold.
From Arnold. I don't know. Have we ever gotten a scene with Arnold Schwarzenegger where it panned over and he's laying in bed with his shirt off? And it's like,
only in Twins is the only one I can think of.
Yeah, I mean, it's like not a lot. I mean, but it's been a while. So, I mean, this was really fun, and for me, there's nostalgia with his wife. One of my favorite 80s cult classics, Summer School. So the fact that his wife is Anna from Summer School, and she's still, I mean, we're talking 35 years later, still looks absolutely phenomenal. So huge shout out to the casting of her role here. But episode 6 was really good overall. We only got 2 left.
2 more to go, guys.
2 more to go. I have I'm trying to make predictions. I'm guessing we're going to get Barbaro at the end. But as far as how everything else goes, I mean, with Carter and with Alden and with,
a lot of stuff to tie up here in 2 episodes.
A lot of stuff to tie up. I think we're all waiting, and I should.
Season 2?
I don't know. I actually legit pinky swear with Mason Quinn. I have no idea if there's going to be a season 2. I'm sure I could shoot some text messages off, but you know what? I'd rather not know for now. Just want to enjoy the last 2 episodes of this first season, which, as of right now, still number 1. As we're recording, still number 1 in America on Netflix, or rather in the world. So that's an awesome thing to see Arnold come back with this sort of show, as Mason Quinn had touched on before. It feels like the perfect time right before summer, a big action comedy. So this has been very enjoyable so far. I can't wait for episode 7 and 8.
Absolutely. I completely share your sentiment on this series. It's been a lot of fun. I can't wait for the last 2 episodes. We will be there, right there with you. So for the Appleton Oak, I'm Mason Quinn. This has been Bad Medicine. That was Fubar. 2 more to go, folks. See you on the next one.
I'm sure we did that when we were married.
He was able to hold us both up.
The equipment.
Well, things are going good with these 2.
Yeah.
Eventually you have to tell him.
I'll tell him soon.
Why didn't he just tell me the truth?
I will tell him before a special night.
Oh boy!
Would you just shoot over a text on that one? And
Just,
be like, it's just not working, Don. Oh, there's
Fubar, top performer.
Yes, it is.
Top performer. Well, that was a fun start. Episode 7.
Just going through old Eastern European files.
I'm just looking for an in to talk to you.
Oh boy.
You have very strong romantic feelings for me.
I'm engaged.
Well, then you have a decision to make.
Oh boy.
The boy that you've been dating that has an antiquing hobby and a cute little backside that kind of looks like a Cornish game hen's. You can go for all this.
I just need some time to figure things out.
You're more than worth waiting for.
Wow, he's going all in.
He is.
I mean, this isn't some playful parking garage kiss anymore. I mean, this is serious business.
Killer has been approved for Boro.
I heard that.
I need some love advice. Our third date is coming up.
It's the hanky-panky date?
Yeah. I've only been with one woman. My cousin's cousin, and it wasn't all of that.
You had sex with your cousin?
No.
What's going on here?
Barry had sex with his cousin.
What did I walk in on?
He and Tina are going to make sweet, sweet love, and his experience is limited to a few times with the family. Just got to get up on your toes. Just got to create a hearty momentum.
It's about passion, about love.
That works great after you and the missus watch 60.
Push the bets together.
You gotta work in words that sound dirty.
My grandpa has angina.
There you go.
Oh, jeez.
That sounds like terrible advice.
You guys are going to talk about this when I'm not around, aren't you?
Tell Romy Auntie M loves her, and
I gotta go.
are you okay?
Sandy, I don't know. I mean, he's such a great guy.
Oh.
I was 8 months pregnant with Romy when I met your brother. I knew the minute I saw him, he was the one for me.
That's complicated.
Yeah, pretty much all the relationships.
Every relationship in this show. Very complicated.
He loves your family unconditionally, then what's there to be confused about?
It's not that simple. Just because somebody loves you unconditionally doesn't mean that they're the perfect match for you. That's saying, well, you're giving yourself up just for love. There's more. Oh, boy.
Can I assume that this team can work together?
We all fine here.
Rumor mill has it you two hate each other.
Faulty intel, Director.
I just hate her. Nobody hates me because I'm delightful.
Luke, Alden, you don't have beef?
No, ma'am.
Frickin' frack.
I was just grossed out because he kissed the princess.
Fucking kindergarten.
We squared it away, and now we move forward. That's it, and that's all.
That's it. That's all. I caught myself saying that. I actually said it today. That's it, and that's all.
Boro is hiding out in Sardovia. Our new primary objective is to neutralize Boro.
Well, that's coming from the White House.
Yeah.
Get the nukes off the market. This is a need-to-know mission.
You can't just get in there like it's Barry's cousin's pants.
Oh, no.
I need you ready to go at a moment's notice.
Great.
Get it?
Is Tina even in the room right now, though?
I thought she was.
I didn't see her.
I loved him. I feel responsible the way he turned out. You know, saying Dr. Pfeiffer.
Called him by his name.
Called him Dr. Pfeiffer.
Are you sure you're talking about Boro and not Emma? You need to unpack your feelings.
Maybe you should.
Let me guess. Maybe I should unpack a toolbox, grab a flashlight, and explore my own asshole?
It's very close, yeah.
Very close.
Maybe we could watch Dark Crystal again?
I have got a better idea.
Oh, gosh. Barry's going to lose it.
First ever female Robin.
Correct. And that man in private.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. Barry is going to...
Oh, Barry.
To the bat pole, Robin.
To the...
Barry and Tina seem to be the only ones that have a semi-normal relationship.
He just said to the bat pole. I wouldn't call that totally normal.
He's a super fan.
Oh, boy.
You haven't returned my calls.
I haven't wanted to.
You have to believe me.
What am I going to believe? You kissed him.
I've had time to think about it. I love you. I don't want to lose you.
He's standing up for himself
He is.
a little.
Good for him. Good for him.
I will always love you.
Oh, getting ready to...
I just don't trust you anymore.
Hey, that can't work if you don't trust.
Are you breaking up with me?
I think I just did.
Work.
Oh, brutal.
Yeah. Well, it's because I think she thought she was going to be the one to have to end it, and it kind of blindsided her that Carter did it, but without trust.
Kicking the
What, Barry can't be happy?
You're never late.
Did our little Barry become a man last night?
Yes, we got it on, and it was amazing.
All right, good for them.
My man.
What's going on?
Nothing. We're just celebrating these two coming together.
Why would you tell your boss that?
Make sure you fill out one of those forms with HR. Time to work.
Oh, she didn't care about it. She's like, we got to go to work.
Just the HR form.
We have to enter very carefully. Fly commercial to Stockholm. Change identities again before heading to Frankfurt, where you'll swap out IDs one more time.
Wow.
Taking off for Baku, Azerbaijan. And enter a special cargo system. Air branch will fake a plane crash in rural Azerbaijan. Media reports 5 Sardovians died in said crash.
Wow, this is complex.
You'll meet up with Sardovian agent Landon Fedorov.
I recruited him during the Cold War.
Find the suitcase and fix and finish Boro.
That's quite the mission.
Xanax?
Cures, get in the box issues. I'm claustrophobic. Since my dad held me under a blanket when I was 6.
Your old man doesn't sound that bad.
What's that supposed to mean?
Means Carter dumped me. You cost me my relationship.
Your bad choices cost your relationship.
Oh.
Carter deserved to know.
I'll determine when Carter needs to know things.
Oh, that's not good.
Do you hear yourself? I never thought I'm going to say this. Carter deserves better.
Oh,
brutal.
His own daughter.
It's exactly what I did to your mother.
You know what you're still doing to her?
She's got a point.
Yep.
He's trying to win her back, but nothing's changed on his end. We've been
Right.
focused on him winning her back.
Gotta make a call.
I'm going off in 20 minutes to talk to Donnie.
No, don't do that. This whole thing is not going to work out.
Oh, what?
You deserve better than me.
I knew the old Luke Brunner would show up eventually.
I just don't want to hurt you again.
A little late for
Thanks
that.
for not hurting me, Luke.
Oh, man.
But he's gonna essentially retire after they're done with Boro. Like,
Once this Boro stuff is over, we'll have free time. We can go into the city to visit Ghostbuster filming locations.
She seem awkward right here.
yeah.
As soon as the mission's over, they are sending me back to the NSA.
In Star Wars Episode 4. Luke defies orders and turns off his targeting system in his fight against the Galactic Empire.
What are you doing?
I'm going to blow up the Death Star.
See, I was worried that he was just doing stuff he wanted to do and wasn't considering.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
See how this plays out.
Everyone okay?
Slept like the dead. Come on, Roosters, time to wake up.
Oh, she took all that Xanax.
Hey, is it a snow day?
How many pills did you take?
How many pills did you take?
Take care of Cheech.
Cheech.
Alden, get a vehicle.
Yep. Thank you.
Honk.
The old Karate Kid.
I can put the kibosh on your lady friend's transfer, but I'm gonna need my back scratched too, muchacho. Left behind our espresso maker, and now those dicks in cyber won't give it back.
Easier than shooting wild rats.
Yeah, that's all she wants is her espresso machine.
That's it.
Your hair is so pretty. Shih Tzu got it on with cotton candy.
What? Oh, taking fire.
Already.
That's not good.
The old transit van's taking hits.
It's Landon.
Oh, done.
Clear.
Wasn't Landon supposed to help him out?
Yeah, the old double cross.
Clear.
You have to go more directly.
Oh, we should get moving. They're gonna come looking.
Oh!
Wasn't as clear as I thought. Ah.
Don't worry, bud. We're gonna put you on that shuttle and get you help.
Oh, come on. The way she was standing there with that bazooka, I was worried.
That was on me.
19 weapons. I did what you want. Let me go home.
I have to make certain that no one else on this planet can share how to make a suitcase nuke out of waste material.
Oh, no.
Promise to set me free.
It's exactly what I'm doing, Doctor.
Oh.
Jesus.
How you feel?
Is it a bungee cord?
No weapons either.
Yeah.
You need to get in and out of here double time.
There's also a dark square object in one image, very symmetrical, just a few hundred yards away from the creek.
I think that's our way in.
I hate espresso. It's too strong. So I'll just run up to cyber and get that machine out your hair. Nice try.
Oh, boy.
$10.12. Done. I want the money to come from accounting. A check signed by that dictator Farkas who runs that fascist regime. I wined and dined an asset in Prague. He'd only reimburse me for the dining.
That's Barry's running a mission of his own here.
There, Mrs. Brunner. So I was just dropping off stuff for my apartment.
You two broke up? Why?
Because she cheated on me.
That really hot guy she works with? The one with the shoulder? Pound it. You think somebody loves you, you give them your heart. Grind it into protein powder, guzzle it down with whey and kale, and part it into the couch while they watch Sports Center.
That was pretty clever.
Getting off the Brunner family emotional roller coaster is a good thing. All right, now get out of my house.
No, get out of my house.
Hey, Donnie, you and I should get married.
Whoa.
Whoa.
That's...
Whoa.
It's an old drainage system.
Good, then we just have to find the suitcase.
And take out Boro. It's Mom. So you and Carter broke up. I warned you.
He's been drinking.
She's blaming me?
For what should she blame?
I can think of 250 Austrian pounds of...
I'm not 250, I'm 220 in all lean. I didn't force you and Alton slips together.
Let's look at the record. Before I'm forced to team up with Dad. Great relationship, love my job, happy as a clam. Afterwards, my relationship's in the shitter and I'm miserable.
I mean, you were more grown up when you were 15 years old.
Ooh,
wow, he came at her too.
Yeah.
Wow, a little.
We would have been friends when we were 15. We would have watched Veronica Mars together.
Farkas. I'll be right back.
Farkas. It's like
It wasn't Scott Farkas the name of the kid from Christmas Story that Ralphie beat up? It was Scott Farkas.
I think you know what I want. No way, no deal. Good day. No, wait!
What does he want? Some comic something?
Yeah, probably.
I am sorry for what I did.
Oh, an apology.
San Diego Comic-Con 2019. Wrongly corrected you when I insinuated that you thought Grand Moff Tarkin's first name was Moff, when clearly Moff was his rank.
Going through all this to axe the transfer.
Yeah.
Put some pressure on his wound and then we get evac. Let's hit it.
I'll be right there. We're not gonna let you die in a drainage pipe. I was thinking we could really give it a shot. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe I just am afraid to admit that I actually do have feelings for you.
You're only saying that because Carter kicked you to the curb.
Ouch.
Ouch.
That's fair. Today's a fluffin' shitty day.
Fluffin'.
You're telling me. All right, here we go. He's holding with his head.
Baby's in the bathwater.
Chucky's in the sheet.
Baby's in the bathwater. Baby's in the bathwater.
I'm really sorry for being a jerk and for hitting you in the sack when I found out you kissed Emma. She lured you in with her siren song and her cute little caboose. I got hypnotized by it once or twice. Oh, shit.
Trouble trying to stay awake.
I'm FaceTiming you. Okay, that's good. Alden's got a severely collapsed lung.
How's he got a collapsed lung getting hit in the collarbone?
Who knows?
I'll go with it.
Could have clipped the top of it, clean it out.
Maybe.
Oh,
the old back of the head.
So you gonna get two of them?
The same way?
Oh, he took that one out.
I'm not delaying the auction, Bolek. I'll cancel the damn thing when you deliver Finn Haas and Danielle De Rosa.
He's right behind you. I don't want to kill you, Bango.
Oh, this guy.
Kane.
I just couldn't find any water.
You do carry it in you.
Oh, boy.
No way.
All right, die.
Damn it.
Is that really a thing? She's gonna go have to pee in the...
You know I have issues peeing in public.
It's a lot of pressure, right?
Singing works well. Let the music flow, Rue, and the urine will follow.
This is so ridiculous.
Stage fright. Happens to everybody.
If you could read my mind, love.
A little bit of Gordon Lightfoot.
You're in luck.
There you go, pal. Liquid gold.
Jesus, this show.
Eyes on Boro, you swing!
kill you.
I knew you were a dick.
Oh, he wouldn't just leave it there.
Oh, it's a trap.
Oh, shit.
Get to Danny.
Ooh, the old backhand and uppercut combo.
Where are the nukes?
You can look for them in hell.
He caught it and rolled it back.
Oh,
oh. Oh, wow. There goes that guy.
That was a good one.
Oh, classic.
That's where they had to go, wasn't it? To get all the nukes.
Was that an explosion?
Multiple. Emma may be trapped.
Boro's suitcase nuke uses black powder as the explosive trigger.
The heat will set off the blasting caps.
Oh, our comms are out.
Yep. She's on her own.
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Oh, no.
We can have an epic fight scene here.
It's just you and me.
Oh, come on! Every time they get us with that. Unbelievable. Oh, man, guys, that was episode 7, and there's only one more to go. This one had a lot more comedy, I think, than the last couple, but it also was had some very serious moments with the beginning with, I mean, all the relationships on this show are such a mess, aren't they, Oak? I mean, I don't know.
They are Fubar, if I can say it.
They are Fubar. But it was good to see that Alden actually meant what he said, but didn't want to be the backup guy to Emma. Rue got to get all pilled up and sit in a coffin and take a ride. We're like this close to getting Boro, and Luke made the mistake of not taking out the first security guard, took out the second one. First guy came back to be a problem. Or no, rather it was Kane that came back. What am I thinking? I'm getting all mixed up. I see. That's why I thought he was going to take out the first guy. I'm like, well, you did that second guy. Why not the first guy?
Yeah.
So I was a little confused there, but we had the bombshell of Carter breaking up with Emma, which, I get my hat off to Carter because, you have to have a relationship built on trust. If you don't have that, it's not going to work because, okay, this time, she says that she kissed a guy, it meant nothing, it was a mistake, and she did it. What happens if there's a next time? If you don't trust, the relationship's not going to work. Every time somebody goes out, you're going to be wondering. It's just not a good headspace to be in. So that was an interesting twist. And man, one more episode. I can't wait to see where it goes. I think they got to get out of there before the nukes go off.
Yeah, this one started off a little different than we're used to seeing Arnold in a predicament. I shouldn't say predicament situation, testing out the durability of the rowers and the benches at Mary Fitness. I thought things were going great.
Yeah,
with him in the missus, but when push came to shove, he called her and called things off, which is weird.
I thought so too. He's so close to retirement.
Yeah,
I thought
he would have delayed it. Like, there's some things I have to do. Then we'll square things away. I promise. But he just cut it off altogether, which I found to be really, really interesting. With Carter and Emma, I really thought Carter was going to be the guy to give her a second chance, because he was, all about, fighting for the relationship and things like that. But as Mason Quinn had said, trust is a major factor. And I think the biggest issue, it's not just that she kissed somebody. There's this ongoing, I'm busy. I can't get to my phone.
The right guy.
Well, I think the biggest thing is that, he starts to add up all the times she couldn't take the calls. I'm away on business. I'm busy, and combines that with the kissing. And now she starts to think, what's really going on, which is fair because, look, when you start to become suspicious just about things in general, and then all of a sudden you have solid evidence, now you go back and you start revisiting in your head all the other times. All that times she said she was on business or whatever. Yep. And she works with the guy. So there was a lot that he had to, try to come to terms with. And he did what we thought he was going to do. And so often we think the nice guy is going to be the one that hangs around and be the nice guy and be forgiving. And he wasn't that. So definitely some major complications in both Luke and Emma's relationship based on, trust issues with work. So that was interesting. Them trying to get in and get the nukes from Boro. Definitely a tough spot. Of course, I don't know. They left us with another cliffhanger. Yeah. Boro, Emma left alone.
They're all rocked in there.
We know Boro can fight. We've seen that. Emma can take care of her own. We saw in the first episode her fighting, kind of in the Fight Club in Guyana.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's just this is all a mess. So we got one more episode to kind of resolve things with Boro. I don't know what's going to happen with the relationship. I feel like we all agree that we want to see Luke and Emma, or not rather Luke and Emma, but Luke and his wife back together. But Emma, it's like, does she go with Alden? Should she go with Carter? I mean, what's the right move for her?
Is a relationship even the right thing for her now?
I mean, should she really have a relationship? I mean, just because, look, even for somebody who has a crazy work schedule, you still don't want to completely withdraw from, having, relationships. But the big difference here is not look, you can travel and be on the road a lot, and that can put its strain on relationships. There was a period of time where, I was traveling a lot for my work, and I can tell you 100% when you're gone 25, 30 weekends out of a year, it can put its strain on your relationship. But the work that I did wasn't shrouded in lies and secrecy.
Yeah,
so
you can watch me on YouTube.
I mean, that's really it. Hey, where were you this weekend? Well, the interviews are all on YouTube. You can call me, FaceTime me, whatever. I'm going to pick up my phone. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens. And it's so interesting that we have these multiple storylines. It's not just what happens with the action. And I think that's a really neat thing about this show. They've gotten us so invested in Luke's relationship with his wife. They've gotten us so invested in Emma's relationship with Carter. They've got us invested in Alden. They've got us invested in Uncle Barry and Tina. They've got us invested in the action story. And I feel like the writers did a really good job with that. It's not just, because I think they probably could have just done the story.
Just a linear story.
A linear story about trying to get Boro, and here's the different things and the different missions they have to pull off to get him. But they've done such a good job of keeping us invested in all the characters. So we even got to see a little bit more about Rue, and some of the stuff she dealt with her dad, why she had, anxiety issues about going in the coffin. So I really think that's a neat thing that the writers have done with this story, is create multiple pathways to get viewers invested. And I think we absolutely are. So just excited to get on to episode 8 and see how this concludes.
It seems like Barry and Tina have pretty much the best relationship out of everybody. I was a little worried when Barry was making all the suggestions for all of his interests that he wanted to do. I was like, well, hang on now, man. It's a two-way street a little bit.
Yeah, because
they had that camera shot to Tina.
Yeah, and you felt like she was going to be slow down, blah, 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 but it was just the transfer thing, which, even if he wasn't able to pull some strings, maybe try long distance,
something,
CIA planes they could probably travel on. Who knows? But we're going to find out. Moving on to the last episode.
Yep, one more episode to go, guys. So for the Appleton Oak, I'm Mason Quinn. This has been Bad Medicine. That was Fubar. We're going to see you on the finale.
That's not good.
It's right there. Because remember, he had that whole shelf of them, too. I wasn't sure where those went.
I figured out my real name.
I know you died today.
Oh.
Oh, what a piece of rebar.
Oh, gosh.
There's smoke. When that thing pops, it's all over. We need each other.
What's your way out?
That vent. Live to fight another day. What other option do you have?
It's a nuke. You got to stop the nuke from going off.
Yeah.
God help you if you're playing games.
I'll take any help God's handing out.
I was going to say, where is it? Yeah. There is it.
45-degree angle.
Over your head, bud.
We got to move him now.
Once Rue redeflates his lungs, he'll be able to move on his own.
The whole place is gonna blow. I look for Emma.
Oh man, I picked the wrong day to get high.
It will take hours for the government to do risk assessment and to send the troops in.
You've got 15 minutes at best. I need an honest assessment of the odds Emma's still alive.
Maybe 10%.
Above ground floors are intact. There could be air pockets, high windows, ventilation ducts. That's how you'll find her.
Luke, I'm giving you 12.
Then you must be out of your fucking mind.
Never taught you to work out?
I was hurt in the explosion. He looks at me like a dish he can't stand the taste of. And he was the one that threw the ingredients in the bowl.
You think these two are going to have kind of some common things going on?
Have to drain the fluid from his lungs.
All I have is my Roy Rogers camper buddy.
Where's your proper gear?
Not my fault. My tack knife was in the vehicle I blew up. Technically, that was my fault.
Come on, Rue.
You've got to cut him open or he's dead in minutes.
Come on, Arnie, you can lift that.
It's Morse code.
Thank God.
She's alive.
Clock's still ticking.
4, 5.
Make a 1-inch incision.
I can't lose another one.
You're not talking about Emma, are you? Why do you carry your dad's pocket knife around with you?
I didn't think you would get in trouble. They were cops.
And the cops asked you where your dad kept what? The drugs he sold?
I was 7.
Oh, who got her dad busted?
Yep.
You're a brave and capable woman. Now make the cut.
They're gonna show it? They're gonna show it?
Oh, yeah, sorta.
The incision is made.
There's a vent with a metal cap.
You've got to Hulk out on that shit.
Whatever he's trying to do, he's not going to do it in time.
You're a whiny little bitch, you know that? Finn Haas destroyed my life. You don't think some of your choices put you in your current situation?
Oh, funny you saying that.
Stop blaming him for all of your mistakes. Wow, that's really good advice.
I'm glad you're so impressed with the wisdom you've bestowed.
He's not getting better.
He will.
How will I know when that happens? What's up?
There's a huge hose hanging out of him.
Is he gonna try to double cross her now?
Can you hear me?
We're coming.
Oh, Danielle.
What's gonna happen now?
I called a truce. I live to fight another day.
Luke, you have your orders.
He's gonna have to push her up.
Yeah.
Leave me here. I won't leave you. I give you my word. Lift up.
What's he gonna do?
Your head.
Yeah, he took a pipe to me.
Come on, Finn, get me out of here.
I can't let you come after her.
I was like a son to you.
But she is my daughter.
You gotta run.
Is he gonna American Ninja Warrior his way out of
Yeah,
that thing?
bounce off the sides?
Dios te salve, María. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres.
I mean, let's not forget, Boral's the guy that just smoked a scientist and a guy up on the band stage, so not a good guy.
No.
Nuke detonated but contained. Target neutralized. Mission complete. That's it and that's all.
Ah!
I've been blaming you for a lot of things that weren't your fault. It wasn't fair. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. Because a lot of it was my fault. I mean, what did they call that? Chopper parent?
Chopper.
That's it and that's all. I stole it through Mama from the train.
Great movie, by the way.
He's so tiny. I want to put him in my pocket.
Oh, nice.
Just got word from the NSA that my transfer is being quashed.
Government bureaucracy, you know.
What did you do for me, Barry Putt?
Just cost me a comic book, Amazing Spider-Man 298. First in pencil by Todd McFarlane.
Don't worry, be happy.
That's Bobby McFerrin.
Yeah, close enough.
As soon as I saw it, I knew it was special.
We're not talking about comic books, are we, Barry?
Didn't God, what was it? Coyote Ugly? Didn't he sell off one of his Spider-Man comics?
I don't need an ambulance. You take me.
She says, take the ambulance, take it.
Don't tell us what to do, princess.
You can't fake it anymore, you know. You said some nice things to me, and we both know what that means.
That I'm gonna punch you in the cooter?
We're friends.
Fine. I am glad you didn't get blown up today.
I'll take it.
Chatter's been minimal, little bits here and there. You and Boro, how the hell did that happen?
I reasoned with him.
The hope is that this new mindset will help you with your new PCS assignment. He thinks you'll do just fine on your own again.
You don't need me anymore.
I've learned a ton from working with my dad. How to slit a man's throat vertically so he bleeds out faster.
He smiles.
Yeah.
I'm retiring.
Yeah.
The papers have been resubmitted.
He's gonna go live the good life.
What's your mom? It's so nice to hear your voice. You did what?
No more blemish. It being put on my wedding day. Must be nerves.
What? He didn't.
Today is going to be the best day of my life. Don't be late.
What happened over I said months later. What happened? All right.
We'll see.
He said he was retiring. Figured he would retire, tell her the truth.
Yeah, but he said he wanted Tally to be with somebody that's there for her.
I've been dealing with this national dry cleaning chain. They want to buy my company for $4.8 million.
For Maze Lee.
Miles.
Amazingly.
So I just made 70 grand? Today's mom's big day. I don't want to take away from it.
Yeah, that's good son right there.
No.
I come in peace. These will be the happiest days of your life being married to Tally.
We were both disappointed to get your will not attend card. In case you change your mind, the reception's at Luigi's. Keeping it together pretty good.
I'm dead inside.
I'm really sorry, pal.
Is he gonna see her come down?
You are beautiful.
Aren't you the sweet one? Daisies, my favorite.
I'm so sorry. All I always wanted was just for you to be happy.
You get the feeling that she's going to jump in and say Dad's business?
Have some beer with Napoleon, Thomas Dewey, and all the great losers in history.
Oh, Jesus,
man.
the Buffalo Bills. She doesn't think any of this is funny.
No, she's not about it. It's like she almost had tears in her eyes there.
I guess that's it and that's all.
You think? She may love him, but she's not in love with him. She's still in love with your clueless Austrian ass. You only hurt her because of the job, and the job's over.
Huh?
Be together. I never should have set them up. Okay, sorry. Fucked up.
Go do something!
I see you tomorrow.
What the fuck?
It?
You're gonna wake up tomorrow and realize you blew it.
If anyone here has a reason for these two to not be married.
Okay, so we still got just relax.
Still got time.
I was hoping I get to see you play today. You're gonna kill it. Seen anybody?
No. Are you still dating the lawn dart woman?
Bernadette. It was cricket. Yeah, no, we broke up.
I'm sorry to hear that. It's good seeing you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
What the okay. No, Alden?
I thought I could get away, but there's been a slight uptick in chatter from the scattered Lape Palambros.
Oh, did Boro make it out?
You know you become Batman if you skip church, right? You'd be Christian Bale. Get it?
Yeah, I'm Hindu, and that joke makes me think there's no gods.
That ain't good.
Oh, he's gonna do it. Oh, these guys.
I don't want to get locked up again. Okay, we put the recorder under the seat, catch him slipping out, and we got him. Now pick the goddamn lock.
Looked like she was sitting there with some regrets.
I'm in love with you, Tallulah. I just want you to hear the truth.
There is nothing you can say that could possibly make me change my mind or believe what you or
I have been a spy for the CIA.
She's not gonna believe it.
I'm done with it forever. National Distinguished Service Award medal.
Oh, man.
Barry playing his oboe.
Yeah. Oh no, what's Tina gonna find?
Boro's still alive.
Gotta be.
Shit.
Oh no, are they all gonna get pulled back in?
Yep.
I got an idea.
He's gonna key it.
This is security footage from a raid in Mozambique. This is very bloody. But they all dicks.
They were all dicks.
And I promise you.
Whoa.
Oh.
Boro had his car rigged, I bet. And when those guys were messing with it, set it off.
Remain calm.
Whoa, Emma, why do you have a gun?
How many guys
they
did
just
it
keep
send?
coming.
Ooh,
Oh,
up close.
cross shot.
Yeah.
Barry, get him!
Come on, Barry.
So go ahead, express.
I got the Muppets.
I should never died. I shouldn't have abandoned my friend.
He's doing it, Arnold.
You'd be a wonderful son-in-law. I want you to marry Emma and impregnate her.
You gotta get to the church.
He had the Muppet make the face. Are we gonna see Boro come through the doors at the end?
Can't talk now. Я перезвоню позже. We'll have some разговор.
She's a double agent.
She was the inside
She
mole.
was the mole.
Come on.
All this time we thought Barry and Tina had a good thing going. Oh, it's Boro.
Oh, it's Boro.
Mom.
Boro?
Oh, look at his face.
Swine ring on your daughter's finger. I cross-reference the name Emma with engagement announcements. But not for Emma's engagement, for her mother's. I knew the name, it was easy to find her father. Luke Brunner. Totally worth being buried alive for the 2 days it took my men to dig me out. My original plan was to blow her up after the wedding. You're fond of ruining my plans.
Let's get it over with.
Look at what you made of me. Face each other.
Whoa.
Father and daughter pulled the trigger together.
Tally, you deserve a medal.
Oh, the medal.
A medal.
Oh, what a finish. Oh, wow.
Well, there's not any doubt that he was telling the truth.
Just to be sure.
You've all been burned. A transpo officer will have a van to you in less than 20 seconds.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't get in there.
You, Tina!
Gary, we got burned. Get your ass into the van.
You're all CIA?
Just me and Luke and Emma.
And me.
And room makes 5, Mrs. V.
I just want to go home.
Our houses, our bank accounts.
Oh, and he just had the 4.8 million.
Nowhere is safe. So what do we do now?
It's totally Fubar.
There it is. There is the finish.
It's totally Fubar.
That was Fubar, and what a fun series it was. Obviously, they set us up, I think, for season 2 with Tina being the double agent. You know, we had kind of forgotten about that a little bit because I think that was around maybe episode 5?
I think
6?
5 when they were playing cards. 5 maybe? Yeah.
Something like that, where it got set up that there was potentially a double agent. So that was the big reveal with Tina. What a bummer, because like her and Barry seemed to have the best relationship out of everybody, where it just wasn't all over the place. Of course, we'll see how that changes if there is a season 2. But what a finish. We thought everything was just going to end with Luke expressing his love for Tally the day of her wedding, and it ended up that Boro made it. I was nervous because if we don't see it, it didn't happen. That's what I always go with when watching shows like this. So Boro did come back, but they eventually took him out, and now everybody in the family knows what everybody does. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. This one was a lot of fun. Just some couple of things that I wrote down from the episode that I kind of thought as a series, I really liked how they just jumped right into the next episode. There was no, previously on or a long intro credit screen. They just got to the fun right away. And I think maybe that's something that really made it, enjoyable. And there was a couple of times where they're trying to put Boro in almost a light where you almost feel sorry for him, but then it's like, well, wait a minute, this guy's an international terrorist who's 86th how many thousands of people. So again, not real hard to want to see Boro go, and we'll just have to see where Fubar goes from here. Oak, your thoughts?
Yeah, it was a fun episode. It was a good wrap. I'm with Mason Quinn. I thought we were going to see Luke retire, make nice with Tally, ride off into the sunset or sail off into the sunset on his ship. I thought we would maybe leave with some sort of unresolved issues between Emma and Alden and Carter. This was completely unexpected, but I did, I was like, okay, they didn't show Boro. They didn't show him. They didn't show him. So I was wondering if he was going to come back. I didn't see that end scene at the wedding coming up where everything got shot up. I did completely forget also, as Mason Quinn did, about the whole double agent thing. And I really didn't think it was going to be Tina. But now I feel bad for Barry. This guy finds what he thinks is, such a perfect match for him. She's into him being a nerd, too good to be true. And turns out it was. Look, overall, this was a great watch as far as the first season for Fubar. It was a fun, lighthearted take on the whole spy world. Like, look, we watch stuff like Bond, right? Where it's like very intense. You know, some of these older Mission Impossibles, I haven't seen all those, but I've seen some of the, you know, the old school ones where it's like super high tech, super like, you know, high stakes, high risk, very serious, very drama. Look, nobody's going to accuse this of being the most like teched out, you know, spy stuff, but it didn't have to be, and that's not what they were going for. It felt like almost like a fun like 80s spy, you know, kind of show. Every episode had its own challenges. They had a big picture you know, that they were chasing towards the end, but each episode had its own, like, this is the mission, this is the mission, this is the mission, and each one was a lot of fun. Like I said, kind of a lighthearted take on the whole spy thing. We had a lot of action, the father-daughter relationship, the friend relationships. There was a lot going on. I kind of had said that in our intro and our wrap-up of last episode. Talked a little bit about just how dynamic of a show this was. It wasn't just, you know, this, you know, A to B line on, you know, kind of this spy story. We had a lot of relationships, father-daughter relationships. And I think it was a lot of fun. So it was a great, as Mason Quinn had mentioned a couple times, like a great kickoff to summer type show with action, with comedy. You know, when I heard he was making this series, you know, and we had, you know, obviously I had some insight to it before anything was announced, that he was, you know, up in Toronto doing some shooting and that Netflix was working on some projects with him. But I didn't know that we were going to get this level of comedy. Was the big surprise for me. So when I saw like the first trailers come out, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, you know? and I thought maybe, look, in True Lies, they gave us a little bit of comedy here and there with Tom Arnold, with the used car salesman. But
Bill Paxton.
True Lies was mostly this big action movie.
Right.
And so when I saw the trailer, like, that's what I thought it was going to be, like this super like high intensity action. They gave us a few scenes of comedy to lighten it up, but I kind of thought it was going to be like True Lies, and it wasn't. I mean, the action was, as I had stated, a little bit more lighthearted. It didn't have to be super technical. It didn't have to be, you know,
like a John Wick fight scene.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
didn't have to be all that, but it was a perfect mix of everything, and comedy that, like I said, we haven't seen from Arnold in a really, really long time, if ever, with the nature of the adult humor that they had. So this was a really fun watch. I'm glad we had the opportunity to sit down and do a first-time watch right as it came out. You know, so many times we get requests for shows and things like that just don't work into our recording schedule, and so we try to come back and catch shows a little bit later on as a first-time watch for us. But this came out, we were on it. It was a ton of fun. Will there be a season 2? There hasn't been anything officially announced, but it felt like it was a setup for season 2, right?
Yep. You know, and I think the best way to look at this is, you know, kind of know what you're getting into, right? If you're in the mood to watch something kind of fun and lighthearted, I think this really hits the spot for that. I mean, obviously, you know, it's not something like The Walking Dead or Breaking Bad or Stranger Things or Ozark or a bunch of the other shows that are award-winning, binge-worthy TV shows popping up here on the Netflix menu. It's not that, and it never tries to be. It knows exactly what it is, and that's what I really liked about Fubar, is that it didn't, you know, try to be something it wasn't. And it was a lot of fun, and it had really great characters that I think we could kind of get behind. We're, you know, pulling for Barry, or we're kind of questioning Alden a little bit, but then we learned about his backstory, or we're pulling for Rue at the end to put aside the differences that she had in her mind with her father, and blaming herself for him getting caught, and do what she had to do to save Alden's life. So, I mean, everybody had a real kind of nice character arc you could sink your teeth into and enjoy, and I thought that was a big plus for this show.
Yeah, and for as much talking as we've done about the actors and the great jobs that they've done, I got to give a huge shout out to the writers.
Absolutely.
This was you know what, I was thinking, like, what can we compare this to? It's so hard. I feel like compared to like the old 80s A-Team kind of,
yeah,
you
it kind
know?
of had that vibe. Yeah,
like that's like the best A-Team I can do is the A-Team. Like, look, when you saw the A-Team, it wasn't James Bond.
No.
It wasn't, you know, Mission Impossible. It wasn't, you know, I keep going back to those two because those are like the spy, like CIA.
Standard Bearer, the Bourne Identity.
The Bourne Identity, you know, right now on Netflix, there's the Jack Ryan with John Krasinski, which is a very good kind of like CIA operative stuff. And if you watch Jack Ryan on Netflix, or excuse me, on Amazon Prime, it feels like this is kind of what it's supposed to be. So if you haven't watched it, and I've only watched part of the first season, but it's like chasing international terrorists, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, this is Jack Ryan. Except we're going to throw Arnold in. I was talking with some of Arnold's people, one of his PR guys that I have a pretty decent relationship with, and he had just commented in one of our text chats that the writers really knew what the fans wanted. Did they want to take Arnold Schwarzenegger at his age with his history of films and try to turn him into the next Daniel Craig? No, they didn't. That's not what this was all about. This was about taking a perfect role for Arnold. Because how do we write a show that's going to deliver one-liners? Right?
Almost like a fan service.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it was. And I think that's what when I was talking with them, what really hit home is that they said the writers wanted to deliver to the fans. Of course, we got stuck in like an Alabama tick. How many times did we hear Chopper? We heard the one-liners. Yeah. Oh, he's a little run down. I mean, that was classic Commando. Oh, yes, he's feeling a little run down.
We had the scene from Twins where he's laying in the bed.
Yeah. So we've done Cobra Kai. And this feels like a lot like Cobra Kai in regard to writers just really knowing what the fans want. Because sometimes writers will take an older star or they'll take an older story and we're going to put our spin on it and try to deliver something to fans. And fans are like, look, like,
you know what we want.
You know what we want, and it's not that complicated. And I felt that's what was fun about this. It had enough action, enough spy stuff to be cool, the tech and the planes and whatever, but it didn't, like, you didn't have to overanalyze. Look, they're breaking into a Turkish prison. You go through a vent. You cut a hole in the wall. I mean, that was that. It didn't have to be this like, well, what about this and what about this and what about this?
No, it just is, and we're gonna roll with it.
It just is what it is, and you just roll with it. And it was a lot of fun. They brought in some great characters. I was hoping that the one thing that I was hoping for was maybe a few cameos.
Yeah, if they could have got Louis Ferrigno.
Maybe a few cameos from some of the people that that Arnold had previously done movies with. Maybe a Carl Weathers or a Jesse Ventura. But look, once you start doing that, then you kind of, I think you set up expectations for who's the next cameo and who's the next cameo.
Right. Like Cobra Kai.
And that's what we saw with Cobra Kai. Like Cobra Kai now, they're bringing back this person. They're bringing back this person. And now that they're done bringing back people, you're like, now it kind of just relies on the story. Yeah. So I thought that would have been fun, but they didn't have to do it. And they were very clear about it. Like when they were, the Great Dane, I'm like, what was it going to be?
What's it going to be?
I thought it was going to be Ralph Moeller, as you know, one of Arnold's personal friends. So the show was a lot of fun, but it really came down for me to great writing and writers and producers and everything who know what fans wanted. They delivered it. It didn't try to be something that it wasn't. Yep. And for me, they hit a grand slam with Fubar.
Absolutely. This one was a lot of fun, guys. I really hope that there's a season 2. We'll have to check Arnie's schedule, see if he's got the time. But that was the Appleton Oak. I'm Mason Quinn. This is Bad Medicine. That was Fubar. It was a lot of fun, guys. Glad you took the trip with us. We'll see you on the next one.